Here's the truth about Beyonce and Jay-Z's connection to P. Diddy. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar Wright made some serious allegations against Beyonce and Jay-Z as she exposed the details of Diddy's freak-off parties.
He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
The couple's lawyer then sent a request to remove the statement, but it only raised more questions, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. Hollywood is reportedly hiding as the attorney for Sean Diddy Combs' accusers, Tony Busby, made a note to say he would publicly name A-listers tied to the case.
We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates.
Sources say some of them have started to pay off the alleged people to keep them from implicating them in the news that could be bigger than all of the Hollywood drama possible. Since then, fans have been suspicious of other celebrities like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Speaking on the Piers Morgan show, Jaguar claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce are not good people, linking them to Diddy. Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well, she stated. They're a bad little couple, they do bad things, keeping people against their will, putting people on planes when they're not aware. Jaguar is a singer and songwriter who has previously collaborated with Jay-Z, The Roots, and Blackalicious. Many people have different opinions about Jaguar Wright. My question is, if what she's saying is untrue, why hasn't anyone sued her? I received various responses. Some people believe it's because everything she claims is true, making a lawsuit impossible. Others suggest that she can't be sued if she lacks the funds to pay. What do you guys think? The wild allegations were slammed by the couple's lawyer, who was also hired by Tupac Shakur's family to investigate Diddy's ties to his passing in 1996. Piers complied and issued an apology. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly, said Piers. He also explained why he invited Jaguar to his show. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear, he argued. That's why we invited Jaguar to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. In the same interview, Jaguar referred to Jay-Z as a monster who starts little fires everywhere. She gave the same label to Diddy, who is one of the worst people she's ever met.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil.
She's been telling industry stories on her YouTube channel, Real Life Productions, for years. Jaguar isn't the only music personality to question Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship amid Diddy drama. Rapper Lord Jamar thinks Jay-Z is linked to Diddy. He said, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it, he told the Art of Dialogue podcast.
Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it.
He then called Jay-Z's relationship with Beyonce abnormal.
It's kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce, like she was pretty young.
Beyonce was 19 when she started dating the 31-year-old Jay-Z. Jamar added that rapper Foxy Brown also dated the Roc Nation founder when she was 16 and he was 25. Many fans are also suspicious about his past relationship with Aaliyah. In the same podcast episode, Jamar commented on Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship, saying, "I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Have I heard a little stuff about Jay-Z? Yup.
Have I heard a little about Jay-Z? Yup."
Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal recently revealed that at one point Diddy disliked Jay-Z so much that he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z back in the early 2000s. But one time he said he and Diddy went to go see Jay-Z, where the rappers connected, laughing and joking, until they started giving garden parties together the next years. Gene echoed Jamar's statements about Jay-Z being more discreet than Diddy. The people in power that gave that ring to Diddy, Jay-Z was next in line, Gene told Cam Capone News. So to separate him when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky stuff, and Diddy was rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean they're not two of the same. Former Detective Derek Parker recently spoke with News Nation's The Scoop about Diddy's list, which he's convinced includes Jay-Z. Derek is known as the hip-hop cop for investigating the 90s hip-hop scene during the East Coast-West Coast rap wars. When asked if he knew Jay-Z was involved in the freak-off parties, Derek said, "I would say that it's alleged that he knows." Derek then mentioned other big names that may be named on the freak-off list once it goes public, including Ashton Kutcher, who was recently accused of protecting Diddy, LeBron James, Chris Brown, the Kardashians who attended freak-off parties, Usher, and Justin Bieber. Derek noted that Justin and Usher might as well be victims. When asked what he thought the turning point for Diddy's drama was, Derek said on his way up the industry he probably thought maybe he was invincible with some of the things that he did. The hip-hop cop emphasized that Diddy's old interviews reflect on how he had no care about what he said to you or what he did to you. Host Paula Froelich added that she met people saying Diddy bragged about having the cops on his payroll. He's got cops who can sort everything out in New York, LA, Miami, but Derek said he hadn't had a connection with the rapper for years, so he couldn't confirm it, but it could be possible. When reading through online discussions, it's fascinating to see the wide range of opinions surrounding the topic. Some people are firmly convinced that Jay-Z and Beyonce are involved in some way, while others believe that the situation has devolved into a witch hunt, insisting that Beyonce is largely unproblematic. I personally have no idea about the truth of it all. Only time will reveal the reality of the situation. However, it seems that several high-profile celebrities are significantly involved, adding to the complexity of the narrative. The contrast in perspectives highlights how divided people can be on celebrity matters, often leading to intense debates. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds in the future. When it comes to Jaguar Wright, I'll read you some opinions that people have written online. One person said Jaguar is putting her spin on some truths, but she comes across as if she has a personality disorder. I've worked with such individuals. She's not always coherent with info. Believe there's some truth, but something is very off with her. Another said, Jaguar Wright is telling the truth. Definitely that stuff adds up. With another person saying Jaguar is entirely credible, she will end up giving her life for the truth because they are out to silence her. Everything she said makes sense and is slowly being revealed as truth. On the show Street Stars, she's giving just enough info for everyone to put the pieces together. The last comment I want to read you guys says, I saw a few Jaguar interviews and she had my attention just like wild reality TV content. Then I saw her throw her son's ashes and rub them on her face, and then I asked YouTube to stop recommending me this type of content. She's not all there. She was in a cult, Carbon Nation. Her son came out and said they did witchcraft on her. Her time in the industry was very short-lived. So in my opinion, she's a compulsive liar and stay connected in her own way. She's forever doing interviews, talking. I personally think she likes the attention.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
Did you know that P. Diddy kept inviting Ellen to his parties for years and years?
Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks like Ellen DeGeneres has a surprising connection to P. Diddy. What do you guys think the connection could be? Did she know about what was going on in these shady parties? Was she involved in this stuff? Some people online have a ton of speculation. She also has a bizarre nickname for him that I'll be talking about. Well, it turns out all of the 100 invites she's gotten, she actually didn't show up to one of these parties. Do you guys think she knew what was going on and chose to avoid it? There's no way Ellen didn't know about some of these shady things, because her and Diddy apparently had a really close friendship. Ellen, I've been a fan for years. It's gonna be really sad if she's on this Diddy list. A few years back on The Ellen Show, Diddy threw down the ultimate call out. He told Ellen DeGeneres that he invited her to all of his parties only to have her skip every one.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's
This playful jab meant to nudge Ellen about her no-show reputation has resurfaced on social media, but fans are now seeing it with fresh eyes following the current allegations against Diddy. In the clip, Ellen teased Diddy about hosting a bash on the East Coast, jokingly asking, "Am I invited?"
Is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why.
To which Diddy quickly shot back, "I invite you to all my parties, you just haven't shown up." Yikes. After Diddy's recent federal charges, an old clip of Ellen DeGeneres joking about attending his parties has many of us raising our eyebrows. They are saying she must have been at Diddy's notorious celebrations and are not holding back their disdain for her. A lot of people have said that Diddy and Ellen were actually covering up the fact that she actually frequented his parties but didn't want anyone to know because of the stuff that went on there. I'm gonna read you guys some comments online. One said, she definitely partook in Diddy's parties. The body language shows that they are lying and it's kind of an inside joke between them. That's an interesting take. I saw the video, I get what they're saying. She did look a little bit like she didn't want Diddy to rope her into the drama. Another said, now you know why Ellen is discontinued. This is also true. What was the real reason why Ellen was canceled? Everyone said Ellen wasn't nice to them at work, but could it be deeper than that? It looks like Ellen might be hiding some secrets after all, guys. There were so many other comments like this, but I just highlighted this one in particular. Another comment said, Ellen was for sure at these freak-offs. And another said, Ellen is for sure on the Diddy list. Wait and see, I'd bet on it. I do know that Ellen was good friends with Diddy, but sometimes we're friends with people without knowing what they're up to behind closed doors. But, I mean, so many people knew what Diddy was up to, but they decided to stay silent. Ellen DeGeneres' peculiar nickname for Diddy has also resurfaced, raising eyebrows with everything going on now. This has people really questioning the nature of their relationship. In a now viral 2016 post on X, Ellen celebrated Diddy's birthday with a string of affectionate titles, including P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, and she added her own bizarre nickname, Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff, before adding, you don't need to know why. While at the time it appeared to be a playful inside joke, The resurfacing of this comment has raised questions about the context of their friendship, especially given Diddy's current situation. Cuddle McSnuggle stuff? That's a seriously strange nickname to give a friend, and then refusing to say why? I can see why so many people are suspicious of Ellen, but how deep does this rabbit hole go? Social media users have voiced their concerns regarding Ellen and Diddy's seemingly amicable relationship following his arrest. One commenter alleged that Ellen was among the A-listers who frequented Diddy's parties, suggesting Ellen DeGeneres knows all too well about Diddy's parties, as mentioned in a YouTube news report. Others were quick to express disbelief, with one user questioning the appropriateness of such a nickname in light of recent revelations. What a strange thing to say. The renewed scrutiny of Ellen's comment comes as Diddy's relationship with several high-profile celebrities are also being examined. Diddy is currently in detention in a New York facility as he awaits trial. Ellen DeGeneres' long-running talk show came to an end following allegations of a bad work environment. After taking some time out of the spotlight, which is a common move for canceled celebs, Ellen attempted to win her audience back by releasing an hour-long comedy special, For Your Approval, a move which no one approved of, unfortunately. The source stated, to put it mildly, Ellen's Netflix special did nothing to reverse her bad reputation. In fact, the desperate relaunch of her career fell so flat on its face, the incident has not only intensified the talk about Ellen and Portia's remaining pals in Hollywood, that their marriage is in terrible shape. The source argued that Ellen failed to learn a thing from her days as queen of drama, running her talk that led to her downfall. So apparently now Ellen is hiding from the camera, but she's still trying to get work done and stay relevant with a new skincare line she started with her wife called Kind Science. The source said that Ellen starting a skincare business with Portia reeks of desperation and suggests that it's not good at home if they need this new project to work on. The source also added that celebrity skincare space is already oversaturated with brands from the likes of Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, Jessica Alba, Selena Gomez. It really is the strangest marriage in Hollywood because of all of the wacky drama Ellen has dragged them into as a couple. And a lot of Ellen's side hustles evaporated after her cancellation. People can tell that something is off, the first source continues, because they've never really seen Ellen like this before. Old posts and videos have surfaced showing a ton of celebrities who have previously attended Diddy's parties. However, the nature of these gatherings, particularly whether they were related to the infamous freak-offs, remain unclear. Resurfaced footage from the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians features Khloe Kardashian admitting to attending one of Diddy's parties, stating that half the guests were not wearing anything at all.
Oh, this party? I think half the people there were butt naked.
Additionally, Ashton Kutcher expressed discomfort about attending the events, calling them weird. Superstar athlete LeBron James, in a 4-year-old live stream, praised Diddy's gathering, saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," further adding to the intrigue surrounding these events.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so yeah, that's what's up.
In light of Diddy's legal troubles, several celebrities have publicly distanced themselves from him. Singer Pink recently clarified that rumors regarding her deleting posts due to Diddy's controversies were unfounded. She emphasized that while she might have met various individuals in passing, she is not associated with the ongoing situation. Similarly, a source close to Leonardo DiCaprio denied any allegations linking him to Diddy's drama, according to the Yahoo News report. The source clarified that Leo DiCaprio attended a few of Diddy's gatherings during his early career, but insisted that they were simply large house parties and not freak-offs.
I knew Diddy had a lot of surprising connections, but Oprah? I never even thought they were in the same atmosphere, let alone the same friend circle.
You attend any of P. Diddy's parties? Were you involved in any of the freak-offs?
It's not easy for me, for Jay, for Oprah. I don't want nobody to get it twisted.
The horrifying Diddy story is heating up and implicating many major celebrities. And one of those people was Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey and Diddy, they go way back. They are very close friends. She has something to do with the Diddy parties.
Oprah's got a history with Diddy that some people would find very surprising. She's interviewed him before, been to the same events and fundraisers. And a new rumor suggests that she might have something to do with the Diddy case. Some people are even saying she's about to get sued by Gayle King.
Who picking up the tab when you and Oprah go out? per security.
Word on the internet recently had people buzzing with the claim that Oprah Winfrey had skipped town and left the US after an alleged video involving Sean Diddy Combs surfaced. The rumors started with a post from the YouTube channel Rap Heat on Thursday, November 14th, 2024. The video, titled "Breaking News, Oprah Has Fled," was captioned with "5 minutes ago, FBI reveals Oprah has fled the country after Diddy footage leaked." And it didn't take long for the post to go viral, racking up more than 1.3 million views in under a day. What did the video talk about? Well, they brought up Diddy possessing incriminating tapes involving celebs that weren't exactly adults yet. So far, pretty believable. Then they said that Oprah was rumored to have spent $75 million to secure these tapes. Wait, what? Hold on, let me keep going. They then covered Oprah's abrupt exit from the country following Diddy's arrest. Okay, that's very suspicious, but surely Oprah has never done anything weird in the past, right? Beef defamation lawsuit? What does that even mean? Sarah Palin? Healing? Hold on. Well, as it turns out, Oprah doesn't exactly have a clean history. The video brought up the other moments in her celeb life that went completely sideways, like when she mentioned that mad cow disease had put her off burgers forever. Cattle ranchers practically lit their torches and then filed lawsuits. Fast forward to more eyebrow-raising moments like her unexpected advice in 2005 about bedroom activities that had parents scrambling for the remote and the FCC jumping in. Or how about the time she backed Obama but refused to host Sarah Palin, making it look less like personal preference and more like political gatekeeping. Let's not even get into her endorsement of other ways to heal yourself. In the past, her supporters rallied to her defense at the first whiff of anything fishy. This time, crickets. Not a peep from the usual cheerleaders, which is enough to make anyone raise an eyebrow. Social media, naturally, as it does, is having a field day with the theories, drawing wild conclusions about her wealth and connections. And speaking of connections, it's not lost on anyone that she's rubbed shoulders with some of the most powerful figures around, from Hollywood elite to political titans. So if she's protecting herself, who else might she be shielding? But as it turns out, the story was all smoke and mirrors. Rap Heat's bio makes it pretty clear that their content is purely for entertainment purposes only and often includes rumors, speculation, or exaggeration. So no, Oprah hasn't actually fled the country. But don't forget, just because it's fake now doesn't mean it'll always be fake, or that there isn't some sort of truth in it. Stories surrounding Diddy tend to be self-fulfilling prophecies in a way. I mean, with the Cassie situation, he denied literally everything until he was caught red-handed with the video that came out. Diddy has always lied and kept secrets. During Oprah's interview with him in 2006 for her magazine, she asked one question that he absolutely would not answer. The conversation for Oprah's O magazine started out simple enough, with Oprah asking how he got the name Puff Daddy. "It's a nickname somebody gave me," Diddy answered, and when he was asked what it meant, he remained particularly evasive. "I've never told anyone that. I know you get people to tell you everything, Oprah, but I can't look you in the eye and explain that one." She then asked if they called him Puff because he was puffed up, to which he said, "It's just a silly name." Oprah then gave up, saying, "I can see that you're not going to tell me," to which Diddy replied, "I'll answer every other question." When Diddy was charged with owning self-defense items and bribery after an incident at a New York City nightclub, he wanted to change his name quickly, even though he was later acquitted of the charges. "No more Puff Daddy. The first week in June, we're gonna have a name change ceremony," he told MTV News in 2001. "I'm rocking with P. Diddy now. My man Biggie gave me that name," he added at the time. He later dropped the P and just went by Diddy to create a closer connection between him and his fans. More recently, Diddy dropped the Diddy altogether and went by the name Love. That's just plain creepy. Sorry. So Oprah may not know everything, but who's to say they didn't go off record and talk a bit longer? Maybe she really does know the meaning of his name and just didn't say anything. Some comments under the video were pretty passionate too. One user said, "She's as guilty as Diddy. Birds of a feather flock together. She must be imprisoned." And hey, if the story was true, I can't really blame them for this one. I was starting to think the same thing. Another commenter said, "Oprah never had a squeaky clean image. Right from the start, her family told the world that she was lying about her ever-changing home life. She has always been a headline grabber who is a complete stranger to the truth. I also saw a lot of comments regarding her purchase of a Hawaiian estate. It seems like some other stuff she's done was pretty weird. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you haven't heard about what's going on with wealthy Americans snapping up huge chunks of Hawaiian real estate. It really seems that everyone swept it under the rug quick. It's pretty wild, especially when you think about Native Hawaiians still waiting decades, up to 40 years, just to get a piece of land that the US government promised to return after taking it more than a century ago. And get this, when those devastating fires swept through Maui, some residents trying to escape the flames were stopped at the gates of Oprah's massive fenced-off property. She wasn't even there at the time, but later opened the gates when she found out about the emergency. Still, imagine how it felt for those residents, knowing they needed official clearance just to step onto what used to be their own land. So, circling back, Oprah and Diddy have a weird history, but most of it is centered around philanthropy. While you won't find a blockbuster co-project with their names on it, they've definitely crossed paths in impactful ways. For example, Oprah once had P. Diddy on her show for an in-depth chat, not just about his career, but about the importance of giving back. That interview helped spotlight Diddy's commitment to social responsibility and community initiatives at the time. Plus, both are fixtures at major events like the Met Gala, where they often champion their causes and support the broader movement for change. Both Oprah and Diddy have serious resumes when it comes to giving back. Oprah's well-known Oprah Winfrey Foundation zeroes in on education and empowerment, especially for women and children. From founding schools in South Africa to pushing for better literacy programs, she's all about opening doors for underserved communities. Diddy's philanthropic side seemed just as committed. Remember the Vote or Don't campaign from 2004? I can't say the actual name or we'll get demonetized. That was his brainchild, aiming to get young people energized about voting. He's also thrown his weight behind groups that offer scholarships and educational support to kids who need it most. Between the two of them, they've left a huge mark on efforts that uplift and inspire future generations. Oprah may have been a superstar host and gave out millions to people and fundraisers, but if she ends up being connected to the larger accusations surrounding Diddy, then it'll feel like tainted money real soon after. Diddy has a large roster of people he can mention were at his parties, and the videos that are hidden for now could do the same. Whether Oprah is in any mention will come down to timing.
Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people such as Prince Harry.
You know, before, when they were young bucks growing up and they were getting in a lot of trouble themselves, so hey, I was like, why don't you come hang out with me?
Harry isn't the most lovable royal out there.
Harry, he betrayed the Queen. That's unforgivable.
But if his connection to Diddy is really as deep as some people say it is, then he just got bumped down even lower. From Diddy's personal publicist turning to an insider and claiming that Diddy was obsessed with Prince Harry and his brother Prince William.
The hip-hop mogul recalled wanting Prince Harry and Prince William to join his guest list.
To the insider claiming that the royal pair never accepted his party invites.
There is no suggestion, though, Prince Harry was involved in any of Sean Combs' alleged wrongdoing.
Diddy explained that he understood the princes were likely unavailable as they started settling into their adult roles and responsibilities at that time.
How deep does Prince Harry's connection to Diddy go? Sean Diddy Combs is no stranger to making headlines, but the latest allegations against him have sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. Diddy, known for his larger-than-life persona and influence on hip-hop, is now facing accusations of a whole helping of bad things. The details emerging from these lawsuits are deeply disturbing. But what's catching some by surprise is the odd connection to the British royal family, specifically Prince Harry. According to Rob Shooter, Diddy's former publicist, the rapper was obsessed with the two royal brothers. Speaking to BBC News, Shooter claims that Diddy repeatedly invited Prince William and Prince Harry to his infamous parties during the early 2000s. Apparently, Diddy went as far as offering to cover all their travel, accommodation, and security expenses just to get them to attend. Despite his best efforts, the brothers never accepted the invitation. And I wouldn't either if the guy was so persistent. Diddy thinks of himself as a king, Shooter explained, so it makes perfect sense that he'd want actual princes in his entourage. But Prince Harry never accepted. They were never part of his world. What makes this story even more bizarre is that Diddy allegedly framed photos of the two royals in his New York home, almost as if they were honorary members of his crew. That's just weird, man. It's unclear whether the invitations included his his famous white parties, which were lavish events held at his East Hampton estate between 1998 and 2009. While these gatherings were the epitome of glamour and exclusivity, they've recently come under scrutiny due to troubling allegations about what happened behind the scenes. While Harry never attended any of Diddy's events, they did meet him once in 2007 at a charity concert honoring their late mother, Princess Diana. The event brought together a star-studded lineup including Kanye West, Tom Jones, and Joss Stone. A photo from the event shows the royal brothers posing with Diddy and Kanye, a snapshot that now feels surreal given the current allegations. Interestingly, the royal family has remained notably silent about the ongoing legal stuff surrounding Diddy. Whether they're aware of the full extent of the accusations or simply choosing to avoid the discussion, their distance from the situation has not gone unnoticed. It's hard not to wonder if their earlier refusal to associate with Diddy was more than just a matter of protocol. Diddy's legal stuff began in earnest very recently when he was arrested in Manhattan following a federal investigation into some heinous activities. The allegations against him are nothing short of detestable. Victims have come forward with claims that they were treated poorly. Some of these incidents allegedly date back over 2 decades, while others are as recent as 2022. Texas attorney Tony Buzbee, who is leading the charge against Diddy, has described a pattern that spans years and involves dozens of victims. According to Buzbee, Diddy used his power and influence to target vulnerable individuals, many of whom were aspiring musicians or actors hoping to break into the entertainment industry. The promises of fame and success turned into a nightmare for many of these victims. In one particularly harrowing case, a boy much younger than 18 was reportedly taken to a Bad Boy Records audition in New York, where he was treated poorly under the guise of being promised a record deal. Other allegations describe similar scenarios, including those who were not yet adults being flown to parties and then things got darker. Buzbee's team has already filed multiple lawsuits, and he has warned that more are on the way. This is just the beginning, he said, adding that his hotline for victims received over 12,000 calls within 24 hours of being set up. So far, they've identified at least 120 potential victims, including 25 who were not adults at the time of the alleged action. One of the most chilling aspects of these lawsuits is the evidence being presented. Many victims have provided medical records that confirm that they were not treated properly. According to Buzbee, some victims tested positive for something called xylazine, a powerful tranquilizer often referred to as tranq. These findings suggest a calculated effort to reduce the cognitive abilities of victims, making the allegations all the more alarming. The lawsuits also paint a picture of a system in which Diddy allegedly used his wealth and status to manipulate those around him. Several former employees have come forward claiming that they were complicit out of fear of retaliation. Some of the new lawsuits even implicate other individuals in Diddy's circle, though their names have not been made public. Diddy's legal team has vehemently denied the allegations, calling them false and defamatory. In a statement, his lawyer Erica Wolf said Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he did anything to anyone. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation. And all those big words really do sound fancy. As these accusations continue to unfold, the royal family's connection, or lack thereof, to Diddy remains an intriguing footnote. While Prince William and Prince Harry's decision to decline his invitations now seems wise, it also raises questions. Were they aware of the darker side of Diddy's world, or was their avoidance purely coincidental? Royal insiders have hinted that the family was cautious about associating with Diddy, particularly given the rapper's reputation for hosting wild and unpredictable events. It's not the kind of environment the royals would ever be part of, one source explained. But with the allegations now dominating headlines, their decision to steer clear almost seems prophetic. Some gossip circles have even speculated that the royal family may have had prior knowledge of the accusations against Diddy, choosing to quietly distance themselves long before the news became public. While there's no concrete evidence to support this theory, it adds another layer of intrigue to an already complex story. Diddy's Diddy's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. As the founder of Bad Boy Records, he launched the careers of hip-hop icons like the notorious B.I.G. and ushered in an era of chart-topping hits. His entrepreneurial ventures from fashion to Ciroc solidified his status as a cultural force, but now that legacy is being overshadowed by these devastating allegations. For many fans, the revelations are a sobering reminder that fame and success can often mask darker realities. The allegations against Diddy are not just about individual acts of misconduct, they point to a larger systemic issue within the entertainment industry. For the alleged victims, the pursuit of justice is only beginning, and for Diddy, the fallout from these accusations could redefine his legacy forever. Ultimately, the unfolding drama surrounding Diddy and his connections to figures like Prince Harry offers a fascinating glimpse into the intersection of celebrity, power, and morality. While the royal family's decision to stay out of the fray may have been motivated by protocol, their distance from Diddy's world now feels like an act of foresight. Whether by instinct or information, their avoidance of the rapper is yet another reminder that appearances can be deceiving. For the entertainment industry, this is a wake-up call. As the lawsuits continue to emerge, they serve not only as a reckoning for Diddy, but also as a moment of reflection for everyone involved in the world of music and entertainment.
Here's some athletes who were caught attending P. Diddy's parties.
We were about to walk into the party and he just he threw up on Diddy's lawn.
Parties are always often packed to the brim with A-list celebrities, and some of the biggest names in the NBA have been known to be regulars at these legendary parties.
Or a legend, especially a legend in California. You ever been to a Diddy party? Thank God.
I have been invited.
Oh, why'd you say no?
I just didn't make it over there.
LeBron James is an athlete that is rumored to be on the Diddy list. There's already a resurfaced clip of him going around saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," with Diddy excitedly responding, "Yeah, that's what's up."
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Apparently, LeBron James also had a close friendship with Diddy. A lot of people think that LeBron James knows a lot more than he's letting on, and now since everything has come out, he might just have some new information leaked about him too soon.
A few years ago, Dwight Howard invited me to a Diddy party. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting.
Diddy and Floyd Mayweather have been good friends for years. Diddy has supported so many of Floyd's boxing matchups, even splurges on ringside seats when he's in attendance. At this moment, a lot of people are speculating that Diddy and Floyd even had a secret relationship. I don't know how true that is, but Floyd was recently asked about Diddy in a podcast and he refused to say anything negative at all. What he said was, "I'm not going to speak bad about Diddy," he expressed, adding, "because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen." Floyd continued by saying that he can't determine whether or not Diddy's actions warrant a mistake, but that things happen in life and P. Diddy's business is P. Diddy's business. Ew. Floyd even brought his own family into the mix, saying, "Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's a choice that my daughter made." What? The comments obviously caused quite a lot of backlash online because his statement was ridiculous. 50 Cent even found this to be ridiculous. By the way, 50 Cent dissed Floyd Mayweather in such a hilarious way that I watch the clip at least once a year when I remember to. He challenged Floyd Mayweather to read a page out of a Harry Potter book and said Jimmy Kimmel will donate $750,000 if he's successful.
Challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to.
50's an absolute icon. I've got to side with 50 on this one. So Diddy also had a tight friendship with former professional New York Yankees baseball player Derek Jeter for a long time. So of course, Derek Jeter has attended many Diddy parties. A lot of people who aren't into sports know Derek Jeter as a dusty dude. He has cheated on so many beautiful women, he's passed along a certain bug that you can only catch in the bedroom. So apparently he spread the bug to many other celebrities such as Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Mariah Carey. These are rumored, as not everyone who comes in contact with the bug catches it, but you best believe that once you got this bug, it's for life. And the ladies that I named were involved with Derek Jeter at least one point or another. He's pretty much dated like half of Hollywood. Derek Jeter, more like Derek Cheater. Anyway, Dusty Derek, which is my nickname for him, said that Diddy was one of his favorite musicians of all time. I can't stand a cheater. It happens sometimes. I think mistakes happen. But this dude is just running around, dating every woman in Hollywood and giving his raggedy little disease to everybody. Hide your kids, hide your wife. A lawsuit has been filed against Diddy by someone identified as John Doe. claiming that a professional athlete stepped in while Diddy was doing stuff to him. According to documents obtained by People, the plaintiff was at a Ciroc-sponsored party when Diddy invited him into his private office. Once inside, John Doe, who runs a high-end car and jewelry business, said he found Diddy not in his right state of mind, and he started to do what Diddy does. John Doe said that Diddy grabbed him, things escalated until an unnamed professional athlete walked in and stopped the situation. We don't know who the athlete is at the time, but when the names get released, I guess we'll all find out. The thing is, it's great that the athlete stopped this from happening, but obviously they knew about more things that were going on behind the scenes. So why did they protect Diddy? Jerry Jones and one of his former Dallas Cowboys football players were among the many guests that have attended some of Diddy's famous parties. Not much about Diddy's friendship with Jerry Jones is known beyond the two running in similar circles, but Diddy has previously considered the idea of owning an NFL team. Jerry Jones hadn't had much to say about the allegations against Diddy and his previous attendance at Diddy's parties. I mean, a lot of people could be innocent and just attending Hollywood parties, but many people probably went to these parties and had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. Kevin Durant is another athlete that was caught at a Diddy party. Kevin and Diddy have had a close friendship for years, with Kevin naming him as one of his inspirations in 2017. During a practice that year, he told reporters that Puffy made a significant mark on his life. In 2021, he even teamed up with Puff Daddy and Will Smith to invest in a startup that plans to make electric-powered boats instead of using fossil fuels. Even though they're clearly friends, Kevin hasn't said anything publicly about Diddy's upcoming trial. Also, I know Will Smith isn't an athlete, but so much speculation is coming out about Will Smith at this moment, it's crazy. Including one clip where Will says, "Only a man knows what a man needs."
Only a man knows what a man needs.
Pretty sus at this moment in time. So this list of athletes include former New York Knicks player Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo has supported Diddy's businesses and been to many of his events over the years, like Kings of New York All-Star Weekend Party in 2013. His son Cayenne even modeled for Diddy's Sean John fashion line when he was a teen. However, with all the allegations surrounding Diddy, the future of Sean John is now up in the air. Obviously. Carmelo hasn't commented on anything, but we do know that they were close friends. So the Queen, Serena Williams, who I absolutely love, went to a Diddy party. I would make a huge bet that she had absolutely no idea of anything that was going on, and she even probably just went to go to a fun event innocently. She actually did speak out about the Diddy arrest. It was short and sweet. Her words are, "And now I hope justice is finally served. Go Serena!" Reggie Bush was actually invited to a Diddy party, but he couldn't get in. He and his friend were invited, they showed up, and his friend threw up on the front lawn, and then they were shunned. Reggie admitted at the time he wasn't happy with his friend, even thinking that his friend ruined his reputation, but now he sees it as a blessing in disguise, which was my initial reaction when I read about that. He said, "That's a sign. I believe in signs when I see them." Most definitely, his pukey friend saved him. Leonard Fournette is another person on the list, and people are posting photos and videos of him partying with Diddy and Jay-Z. One of the videos has Diddy making a toast that says, "The game has been elevated." As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We're at a black billionaire's lunch. Stay together, united we stand, ain't nothing else. In this video, Leonard is right beside Diddy, but he probably didn't know anything about anything that happened. It's a huge possibility that he was just partying with people who were influential at the time. He hasn't commented at all on any of the allegations against Diddy. Ellen DeGeneres has fled the United States? What is going on, guys?
Comedian and wife Portia de Rossi are moving across the pond to rural England.
Apparently, Ellen has fled the United States, and people think it's because she's involved with Diddy, and now she wants to escape the backlash she's about to face.
I invite you to all my parties, you just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well,
Diddy and Ellen have been close friends for years.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No, you know I have to arrive fashionably late.
And with everything coming crashing down on him, people are now saying that Ellen is about to go down next. She listed her $27 million mansion, and she said she is never coming back to the States again. So where is Ellen moving to? She moved to the UK with her wife, Portia. Why is she fleeing? What is she hiding from? What is she worried about? It could also just be because of the 2024 election results. Ellen and Portia have been together for a long time. They actually got married in 2008, but they actually met in the year 2000, so they've pretty much been together for close to 25 years. I think Portia is stunning. Ellen and her dress really nice as well. They complement each other. So with that being said, a ton of people said she's leaving the UK because of Diddy, but when I watched old interviews of Ellen and Diddy, he actually called her out for not going to his parties. So do I think Ellen is involved in the insidious Diddy drama? Probably not. I don't think she's involved at all. But I wouldn't surprise me because of the amount of stuff going on right now in Hollywood. Like if somebody said to me, Ellen's involved, I'd be like, okay, true. Like she is a part of that elite group. Anyway, in 2020, Ellen was accused by former staff and visitors of her talk show of really mistreating her workers. They said the Be Kind message is a sham. She's given away so many gifts, she's donated tons of money to charities, but her workers have claimed that all of this is a show and very fake. Ellen has joked around about being kicked out of show business, which is probably another factor to why she's just leaving the United States. Piers Morgan mocked them when he found this out. He mocked them with a tweet that said, "Oh my God, no." Piers Morgan and Ellen have beef for a very long time though, going all the way back to when she was being canceled for being mean to her workers. So it kind of makes sense that he'd take this time to dig at her when she's leaving the country. A resurfaced clip came up of Mariah Carey when Ellen DeGeneres was trying hard to make her admit her pregnancy while she wasn't ready.
People are saying that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
She tried to get her to drink. She exclaimed, "You're pregnant," and pushed her so hard that shortly after this interview, Mariah Carey actually lost her baby. Mariah Carey spoke up about this, saying she felt very uncomfortable during this experience and she still thinks about it. A woman who used to work at the Ellen DeGeneres show told BuzzFeed News that she experienced some comments that suggested that Ellen had ill feelings towards certain people based on race. She said there were certain actions during her year and a half as an employee. She said that when she was hired, a senior level producer told her and another employee, "Oh wow, you both have box braids. I hope we don't get you confused." Huge yikes. And at a work party, she said, one of the writers told her, "I'm sorry, I only know the names of white people that work here," and other coworkers awkwardly laughed it off instead of coming to her defense. Oh, if this is true, this is so wild. It's just plain horrible. The same worker was also upset about the use of the term spirit animal and said that it was wrong to use and it doesn't sit well with her. I mean, I use the term spirit animal, but to each their own. There have been rumors for years about Ellen being difficult and how many employees feeling unhappy. The comedian Kevin T. Porter shared a Twitter thread asking people to share the most wild stories you've heard about Ellen DeGeneres being mean. The tweet has more than 2,600 replies. So people that worked on the show said that a lot of people were let go without good cause, that life wasn't good for the people who weren't being favored, and that's another thing. The people who were favored were given gifts, lavished with praise, new iPhones, other swag. Some employees defended the show's work culture, saying, "It's typical of TV production," but other former employees with experience in the industry said the Ellen DeGeneres show stood apart as particularly bad. I mean, I know it's tough working in a place that you don't want to be, but if you don't like working on the show, you can maybe find something else. I want to say that I'd be super grateful to be given that position, but I don't know how bad the mistreatment was, so I really can't even say. I do also know that people tend to make things seem worse than they are sometimes, especially if they're trying to convince themselves that they did a good thing by leaving a job or getting fired. I'm not saying that's what these people are doing, I'm just, speculating. There's actually a few people that wanted to come to Ellen's support. One of them was Scooter Braun. Scooter manages a bunch of artists like Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber. He said people love to take shots at people, they love to see people fall, and how quickly many forget. Scooter continued to describe Ellen as kind, thoughtful, courageous. He said she stands for what's right. He talked about the highlights on her show. He said that she used her platform to change the views for equality. Katy Perry shared a positive message about Ellen in the midst of her getting canceled as well. She said she's only ever had positive takeaways from her experiences with Ellen. She spoke in an interview in the Los Angeles Times about her decision to support Ellen as well. Samantha Ronson also said Ellen was only ever sweet and kind to her. She spoke about working with Ellen many times, said she's never had a bad experience. Kevin Hart said that Ellen was one of the dopest people on the planet. His exact words were, "It's crazy to see my friend go through what she's going through publicly. I've known Ellen for years and I can honestly say that she's one of the dopest people on the planet. She's treated my family and my team with such love and respect from day one." Many other celebrities came to her defense during the time that she was facing backlash. Ashton Kutcher, Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell was actually really sweet about this. He posted a blue photo that simply said, "I stand with Ellen." He then spoke about how long he's known them. Jay Leno said he was not about to throw away a 40-year friendship over hearsay. Howard Stern actually said that if he was Ellen, he would just switch his whole personality around, go on the show, and just be a jerk to everyone. The celebrities that have spoken up in favor of Ellen have received a ton of backlash for doing so. And to be honest, cancel culture is ridiculous. Even saying this out loud, the first thought that came to my mind was, am I gonna get canceled for saying that? Also, one might speculate that it was the work environment that turned out to be not ideal. Not Ellen, but the people that were show running. So Ellen might have actually been totally innocent, and because her rude workers that she had working for her, she's getting canceled by association. I might be wrong, but I just wanted to put it out there. It's a possibility, right? I mean, people can say things about Ellen, but no one can deny the amount she's donated, the things she's done for charity, the opportunities she's given to people, the fight for equality. And if you can last 25 years in a relationship with someone, you're definitely doing something right. Her partner Portia looks happy, and being coupled up for 25 years with no drama in the spotlight, it speaks volumes for how much they must love each other. Here's Megan Fox's surprising connection to P. Diddy.
New party footage of Diddy and Megan Fox has recently gone viral, leading to speculation about their relationship and the dynamics of celebrity interactions.
Megan Fox have some serious explaining to do about Diddy's parties.
Celebrities are scrambling to delete their old tweets. And guess who's caught up in the chaos? None other than Megan Fox herself.
Scandal surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, including Megan Fox.
No one has expected Megan Fox to be included in Diddy's list of celebrities that is shared with the public.
Megan Fox has recently wiped her Instagram clean, right after the Diddy allegations happened. Because of this, fans are speculating whether or not this has something to do with P. Diddy, and maybe something she doesn't want people to see.
Megan Fox deleted her ex and Instagram posts in September 2024.
She definitely has been to parties with Diddy. There are photos of her with Diddy and a whole lot of speculations. It's definitely got people talking lately about Megan.
Megan has been seen in close circles with Diddy at various events.
Why would she clear her Instagram? And so many celebrities are doing this. Usher is one of them, but he claimed his Instagram was hacked.
Megan Fox isn't the first celebrity to pull this move. Usher have done the same.
Pink also cleared her Instagram, but she defiantly spoke out saying that she has no affiliation with any of the people mentioned. Also, Megan's current man, MGK, used to be signed to Diddy's label, but he isn't anymore, and he actually stopped making rap music after Eminem called Diddy out during a diss track aimed at MGK. A lot of people think Diddy got spooked because Eminem knew some stuff and he didn't want it out there. Listen, my go-to source for celebrity juice is always Cerise Fairfax. She's amazing. She's an intuitive soul coach, she's a writer, she's a YouTuber. She had a lot to say and a lot of things behind the scenes. I asked her what she thought and she left me a voice note and I had to share it with you guys. What she said was, Diddy affected a lot more people than they would ever realize, or people will ever know. There have been so many young people, we're gonna find out that a lot of his targets were young men, like Usher, Justin Bieber, Aaron Carter, and many more that were unknown children. A lot of the children, some that were unknown, we will find out that they went missing. When it comes to Megan Fox, she was hot for a hot minute, but she's seen a lot and there's a reason why she hopped off the scene for a while. I think she had too much too quickly and now she's regretting it. Whether she's involved in the Diddy stuff or not, I think what is probably clear is she has seen a lot at her young age, a lot more that she wouldn't like to admit. I always find Cerise's thoughts so interesting. Her predictions and intuition are incredibly accurate, and when she shares her take on celebrity gossip, it pretty much always turns out to be true. If you wanted to see more of her stuff, she posts a lot of cool content on her YouTube. I'm a fan of Megan Fox as well. I think she's one of the most beautiful women walking the planet. She seems like a good person and her work is great. I'm hoping she isn't involved in anything to do with the Diddy stuff, but would anything surprise me about these celebrities at this point? People online are going wild. I'm gonna read you guys some of the comments, and I'll start with some from an influencer named Harold White. His first comment said, the announcement of the fair saying that they are about to release the freak-off names has these celebrities more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. And Usher Raymond just scrubbed 7,000 of his tweets. Why would Usher delete all his tweet history in a time like this? And then he said, all this house of cards is falling, but I've been watching this from the beginning. And my day ones will tell you, but the telltale sign Usher always gives a clue. Do y'all remember this weird time when he just popped up in Bali with Russell, who's been hiding since 2017? Apparently he's long been posting his theories online, and he has a ton of interesting stuff on his page. Nothing is too crazy in the world of Hollywood right now. A lot of stuff is coming out. Another person online wrote, lean now unless he had something to hide. All this house of cards is falling, he noted, connecting the dots back to us. I do believe Pink when she said she has no connection to any of the celebrities involved. Usher and Megan, I'm not so sure. Usher claimed that his account was hacked, but why would a hacker hack Usher? And instead of exposing what his inbox looks like, they deleted tweets that potentially had a ton of evidence that he didn't want us to see. I would never hack anyone ever, but if I was a hacker, I probably wouldn't hack someone just to delete all of their tweets. Just seems weird to me. Another comment was, if you're guilty and you know it, delete your tweets. I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory. Megan and Usher deleting everything, it looks pretty sus. This is all just speculation though. There's a reason all of this was deleted. Another commenter said, Megan Fox pretty much repeats the same role again and again. I'm so bored of her, and I hope if she did anything with Diddy, she goes down in flames. This one is a little harsh. Megan definitely gets a ton of flack, but hopefully it dies down because her and MGK are expecting a baby and they're very excited about it. The last time they tried to have a baby, they unfortunately lost it. So this baby is extra special to them and a beautiful surprise. She recently did a photo shoot showing her bump covered in some sort of black slime, but Megan and MGK are emos at heart, so it really matches her personality, and a ton of people loved it, myself included. I'm gonna read you guys some comments that people are sharing online in response to the baby news. One person said, good luck with that. Seems they're constantly on the rocks without a baby around, so that addition should be interesting for them. Although I suppose money can fix a lot of the problems that plague new parents. I do wish them the best though for the baby's sake. It does seem like they've had a rocky relationship at times, but don't we all? Another person wrote, I never comment negatively on pregnancy announcements, but they don't seem to have achieved a healthy and stable relationship, so I'm not sure how they'll be able to provide that for a child. I guess at least they'll be able to afford the years of therapy. I mean, we all need someone to talk to. At least the kid will have tons of options for good therapy. Someone else said, wonder if she will turn this new child trans like her other boys. It's really bizarre the trend happening in elite circles with their children being so confused. These parents push the ideology on their children as a sign of virtue signaling that they are accepting people. So weird. In regards to this comment, Megan Fox has 3 children that are currently transitioning. As far as Megan's current news goes, she seems to just be enjoying her time with her man, MGK, looking forward to her pregnancy after losing the baby, and taking care of herself. Maybe she just deleted social media to focus on herself. Maybe it actually had nothing to do with the Diddy stuff, but only time will tell. This will be her 4th baby, but her first baby with MGK, and I'm personally wishing them all the best. I know a lot of people don't have faith in the relationship, but I really think they seem to love each other. I'm also a massive fan of MGK. He is so talented. Here's the truth about Michael Jackson's connection to P. Diddy. Did you guys know Michael Jackson attended one of P. Diddy's parties?
I didn't even invite Mike to the party. Mike just showed up at the party.
In a 2009 interview, P. Diddy shared a wild story about Michael Jackson crashing one of his parties unexpectedly. He wasn't even invited, he just showed up.
Charity Day, they come over to me, they say, Mr. Michael Jackson is here to see you. I'm like, get out of here.
There are tons of theories going around right now, guys. One being that there's an underground tunnel that leads straight from Diddy's house to Michael Jackson.
You can see the sketches here of these underground tunnels being built.
Can you believe it? How connected could these guys be? MJ is the king of pop, but we all know what he was accused of before his passing. Diddy's accusations are very similar and worse, and they're turning out to be true. So now let's take it back to 2009, when Diddy appeared on the Late Night Show with David Letterman. Diddy shared a jaw-dropping story that would leave anyone flabbergasted. He revealed that the legendary Michael Jackson, the king of pop, had crashed into one of his parties, uninvited. What could have possibly drawn Michael to this gathering, if not a formal invitation? It turns out that the late singer had only one reason in mind: Beyonce. Diddy shared an anecdote about a surprise guest at one of his parties, Michael Jackson, and this conversation, filmed before Diddy's current situation, has taken on new significance because it brings back memories of a time when the entertainment scene felt different. So during the chat, David Letterman showed Diddy a photo of him with Michael Jackson from one of these extravagant events. Diddy spoke about the time when a security team had approached him with astonishing news. Michael Jackson was at the door. Initially skeptical, he couldn't believe that the king of pop would arrive uninvited. Before I dive in, I want to clarify that not everybody who attended a Diddy party was doing something wrong. The freak-off parties, it seems that they happened after hours. Some people were just excited to be at an A-list celebrity event. Others might have just popped in for an hour to show their face and then headed home. It's important to keep that in mind. I mean, if I was invited to an A-list celeb party, do you think I would turn it down? I would go, but freak-off? No thank you. With that being said, Diddy recalled the moment saying that maybe 6 years ago, Michael Jackson came to one of my parties, so I'm in the party, I'm hosting them, you know, being the hostess with the mostest and everything. Then the security came up to me and said, Mr. Combs, Mr. Michael Jackson is here to see you. I'm like, get out of here. After snapping a photo together, Michael Jackson leaned in and asked about Beyonce. Diddy remembered the moment vividly. He said, I find Mike. I'm like, Mike, what's up? What are you doing here? Thanks for coming. We start chit-chatting, then he whispers in my ear, where's Beyonce?
We go to the booth, we start chit-chatting. Whispers in my ear, he says, where's Beyonce?
Diddy clarified, this is before Jay-Z, noting that Michael Jackson had specifically come to the party only to see Beyonce.
came to the party to holla at Beyonce.
So wait, Beyonce and Michael Jackson almost dated? This was almost a thing? Apparently at this Diddy party, they were even dancing together. Diddy even said that Michael was smooth about it. Okay, so the Diddy drama, it's at an all-time high right now. Diddy's reputation is unsalvageable. Everyone is finding out the true him. Many knew for years and didn't say anything. And speculation, it's swirling. One of his close friends, Nick Cannon, recently shared his perspective during an interview on the No Jumper podcast. Well, his take on the Diddy situation, it might surprise you guys, because instead of distancing himself from that whole gross situation, he's sticking up for Diddy. Despite the gravity of the allegations against Diddy, Nick decided to stick by his friend's side, noting that he believes Diddy genuinely wanted to improve his life. Nick said the Puff I knew wanted to change and was evolving.
But you said the Puff I knew, I started to see, I felt like he wanted to change and was evolving.
When asked about the specific allegations, he made it clear that he personally does not believe they're true.
I don't agree with the behavior, but I care for the person.
Very suspicious, Nick. I guess the video proof of him and Cassie isn't bad enough for you? Or all of the hundreds of people coming forward? In another significant development, the new list of high-profile names linked to Sean Diddy is circulating online. The alleged list contains names of Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, Megan Fox, and many others. The list went viral as Usher, Pink, and Megan cleared their entire social media. Usher, who once stayed with Diddy, said his ex account got hacked and his past post disappeared. Apart from Usher and Pink, Megan Fox also deleted all her posts on Instagram and X, triggering speculations over how she was linked to Diddy. So, do you guys think Usher's account actually got hacked? It's a bit strange that a hacker would go onto his profile and delete past posts. What do you think? I'm a huge Megan Fox fan, so I'm hoping it's just coincidence, but it's so strange that Megan also has a completely blank Instagram at the time of this video because she deleted all her posts after Diddy got arrested. Recently, his children shared a statement on Instagram defending him, which read, "The past month has been so hard on our family. Many have judged both him and us based on accusations, theories, false narratives, and have spiraled into absurdity on social media. We stand united, supporting you every step of the way. We hold on to the truth, knowing it will prevail. Nothing will break the strength of our family. We miss you and love you, Dad." The joint statement was posted on Instagram. It really is a hard time for the family, and I feel for them, because no one wants to believe their parent's a monster. But the people who experienced the reality of what happened deserve to be set free by the truth. If Diddy is convicted on the federal charges, he faces a minimum of 15 years and a maximum of a life behind bars. There's also footage that is circulating the internet from the 2003 VMAs featuring Diddy approaching actress Davy Chase right after he presented her with the Best Villain Award. In the latest clip, Diddy, wearing a beige suit and holding a drink, is seen at the 2003 VMAs. He approaches the 13-year-old Davy, who's in the middle of an interview, and asked if she planned to attend the MTV party later that evening. After she nods in response, Diddy takes a sip from his drink, bursts into laughter, and exclaims, "Yeah," before walking away. Earlier that night, he had interacted with Davy when he presented her the award for her role in The Ring, encouraging her to give an acceptance speech.
So good, you're doing so good. I just want to say,
Later, Davy was seen posing for photos with Ashton and Diddy at VH1's Big in 2003 event. This footage came to light just after Diddy faced new allegations from several people, 4 men and 3 women. One of the cases involves serious accusations related to another 13-year-old girl at the VMAs after party back in 2000, as detailed in court documents. The accusations? Exactly what you'd expect from a freak of nature like Diddy. The 13-year-old girl, known only as Jane Doe, claimed she was given a drink that left her feeling lightheaded at a house party in September 2000. She said she was later treated unwell by Diddy while 2 other celebrities looked on. The woman, who's now 37, stated that Diddy attempted to force her into doing more, but she resisted and fled the room. She said she was left wandering at the house trying to find a way out. Another new allegation claims that Diddy would spike baby oil at his notorious freak-off parties. According to court filings, it was well known that Diddy would mix things into the drinks and the baby oils. One man came forward saying that he was mistreated by Diddy when he was just 17 years old and trying to break into the music industry. The young artist described an incident where Diddy invited him to a party in Manhattan Hotel in 2022, promising to help launch his career. When he arrived, Diddy allegedly gave him a drink that made him feel unwell before leading him to a bedroom with several others present. The young man claims Diddy did some more unspeakable things.
The Kardashians get up to some pretty weird business. Along the way, they're definitely bound to make some weird friends too, right? Here's the Kardashian family's surprising connection to P. Diddy. P. Diddy and the Kardashian family have long been associated with the same glitzy Hollywood lifestyle. Sean P. Diddy Combs, a legendary American rapper, is currently incarcerated at the moment due to grave charges. The 54-year-old hip-hop artist has pleaded not guilty and refuted all the allegations. After his arrest in New York, an old Keeping Up with the Kardashians video surfaced, sparking a social media firestorm. In it, Khloe Kardashian informed Kourtney about a crazy party Diddy threw in 2014.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends.
After that, Khloe talks about the party, claiming that Justin Bieber attended when he was only 20 years old. Khloe recounted, "I got on a plane at 5:30 in the morning.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m.
Well, this party, I think half the people there weren't fully clothed," reported the Mirror.
I think half the people there were butt naked.
When Kourtney presses her more about the company she had that weekend, Khloe replies that she was hanging out with a bunch of friends, listing off A-lister names.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
Khloe chimes in Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, confirming her star-studded entourage, adding, "So far, so good."
So far, so good. Montana. No.
A video from 2016's Cocktails with Khloe has gone viral, with Khloe and Kourtney conversing with Diddy amid the current Diddy conversation. Khloe said in the already viral Reddit video, "Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff."
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
Diddy simply responded, "Yeah," to which Khloe added with a touch of nostalgia, "We've been known to party with you a few times."
We've been known to party with you a few times.
She turned to her sister Kourtney, asking, "Do you remember Diddy's birthday?" To which Kourtney admitted, "Yes, I forgot about that. That was an epic night too."
I forgot about that. You forgot about that? No, that was an epic night too.
Khloe questioned why was it so epic, wondering why the night was so unforgettable. Kourtney recounted, "That night was fun because all the girls ditched me, so it was like me and the boys."
All the girls ditched me, so I was like me and the boys.
It was me, Kanye West, Corey Gamble, Tyga, just hanging out, and it was fun.
And we were all just like hanging out, and you loved it. It was fun.
A December 2019 Instagram image by Khloe is generating excitement as well thanks to fresh fan comments. Khloe is seen in the picture with her sisters Kim and Kylie, who are all decked up, posing next to Diddy, who is wearing a silver suit. The caption reads, "Nothing like a Diddy party." Diddy and the Kardashians have long been in the same social circles, although they have recently become less close. I wonder why. Kim reportedly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram just before his properties were searched in March of this year, 2024, following a number of other celebrities who have distanced themselves from the singer. Ray J, real name William Ray Norwood Jr., was Kim's ex-boyfriend. He talked about his personal experiences at Diddy's parties and said that a lot of people in the industry are unaware of any accusations or charges made against the rapper. He just shared his personal viewpoint with Chris Cuomo on News Nation's Cuomo. "We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed," said Ray J.
I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said.
And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party. He went on to suggest that individuals wanted to have fun, get inspired, and be encouraged by the good vibes of these gatherings to go to work the following day. People are still attempting to digest and understand everything he said. Ray J continued, saying that even though the claims aren't factual yet, they are nonetheless confusing for many.
It's hurtful and it's confusing to a lot of people.
Half a year after the feds raided Combs' home in Miami and Los Angeles, he was taken into custody on September 16th, 2024 at a posh hotel in Manhattan. Many others have filed lawsuits against him in the past year. alleging they were mistreated by him. One such person is his ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie, whose accusations began when she was just 19. Combs vehemently disputed Cassie's allegations last year in 2023, and he has subsequently entered a not guilty plea to federal charges. The grand jury indictment papers that the Mirror looked through reveal accusations against him dating back to 2008 and include some really bad stuff. Additionally, he is accused of enticing people and male workers into what are known as freak-offs, which are often protracted sessions in which Combs and the purported victims are said to have had IVs in order to recover. His brief, Mark Agnifilo, declared outside the courthouse on September 17, 2024, "Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid of the charges." It is stated that Diddy has managed to stay in touch with his loved ones in spite of the limitations imposed by his confinement. Diddy is the father of 7 children, technically: Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delilah, and Love, by 4 different women. People was informed by a person with knowledge of the matter that Diddy is incredibly worried about his kids while he's in jail. The insider revealed he is very concerned about his kids and their well-being. He has 3 minor children, 2 of whom now have no living parents available with him incarcerated. 4 of his 7 children have neither parent available with him incarcerated, reports the Mirror. According to a person familiar with the matter, Diddy's kids are all in a tizzy as a result of his imprisonment. It's heartbreaking to see the children in the state they're in. This is their father, but to them, he's not Diddy, he's dad. He has always been a loving, devoted father. Diddy, who had 3 children with the late model and actress Kim Porter, who passed away in 2018 at the age of 47, is the happy father of Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. Quincy was Porter's child by Al B, and he was later taken in by Combs. Subsequently, he had 2 sons, Chance with entrepreneur Sarah Chapman, and Justin with stylist Misa Hilton. Diddy and model Tana Tran celebrated the birth of their youngest child, their daughter Love, in December 2022. This information is related to reports that Diddy is not being given any preferential treatment while he is being held in one of the most infamous prisons in America on charges. Regarding Diddy's treatment, an insider told the magazine that he is being treated like any other detainee awaiting trial. They also said that in accordance with the practice for prominent prisoners, the star was placed on watch upon admittance to the facility as a precaution. Diddy's attorneys, Mark Agnifilo and Tenny R. Garagos, have described the Brooklyn prison circumstances as below standards and not fit for pretrial detention in an unsuccessful bail application.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all.
Puffy, when I first met him, I was making my first album, and he gave me a lot of insight into the music business.
Just like, I just fell in love from right then and there. It was just like the first time I fell in love.
You know, Jennifer, she's definitely a bad chick.
Yeah, well, she thinks that of you too. She named you one of the great loves of her life.
Yeah,
was she one of yours too?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Seriously? You know I love you.
People didn't really take it as a serious relationship, but we really loved each other.
But I was still in love with Kim, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't marry Jennifer if I was still in love with Kim.
And they released like hundreds of doves, white doves. Did it work? Did you go back with him? No.
Here's the real reason P. Diddy refused to marry Jennifer Lopez. Their relationship came to such a dramatic end, but Diddy has refused to marry JLo because he said he was still in love with his ex Kim Porter, because he preferred non-traditional relationships, and because of the nightclub incident. Probably also because deep down, JLo must have known that Diddy was a monster. JLo and Diddy were once one of the most talked about couples in their entertainment world, but their relationship came to a wild end. For years, fans speculated why the two never made it to the altar, despite their high-profile romance. Diddy's explanation was that he couldn't marry Jenny because he was still in love with his ex, Kim Porter. This reason, it still raises eyebrows from a lot of people. A lot of people think that Diddy is actually the reason for Kim Porter's passing, because she was apparently going to write a tell-all book. They met on the set of her 1999 music video If You Had My Love and soon became one of Hollywood's most talked about couples. They publicly announced their relationship at the 1999 MTV Video Music Awards, and the buzz surrounding them continued to grow. However, their relationship lasted only until 2001, ending shortly after a notorious nightclub incident in New York City. Jenny was reportedly shaken up by the experience, which included spending 12 hours in jail, and this was the icing on the cake that led to their split. In a rare public interview, Diddy explained that he couldn't commit to Jenny because of unresolved feelings for Kim Porter, former model and the mother of his children. He said, "I got caught up in the hype," referring to his whirlwind romance with JLo, but he confessed, "I was still in love with Kim." Kim, who dated Diddy on and off for over a decade, had her own thoughts on his relationship with Jenny, calling it a mere hype in a candid interview. Diddy's relationship with Kim Porter was complicated yet enduring. They began dating in 1994, several years before he met Jenny. Together they had 2 children. They remained connected even after multiple breakups and reconciliations. Kim was pretty frank about her feelings about JLo and Diddy dating. She believed that her relationship with Diddy was deeper than his high-profile romance with JLo, basically dismissing it as not real. According to Kim, "He just got caught up in the hype. My man is Mr. Hype." She felt that Diddy was swayed by JLo's public appeal and fame rather than a genuine, meaningful connection. Kim's words reveal her belief that Diddy's attraction to JLo was based on the glamour and the spotlight of her celebrity status. She talked about the downfall of their own relationship, partly to this attraction, implying that it was more about image than true love. Despite their split, Diddy and Kim shared a lasting bond that complicated his relationship with JLo and many other women. Though Diddy gave his reason for not marrying Jenny as lingering love for Kim, he didn't let go of the relationship so easily. After their breakup, Diddy reportedly tried to win JLo back with grand public gestures. Former Bad Boy Records intern Damian Vasquez recalled that Diddy instructed staff members to display signs outside MTV's TRL studios, hoping JLo would see his attempt to reconcile. He used all the means within his reach to patch things up, even if his efforts came across as excessive. However, JLo remained firm, feeling emotionally drained from the relationship. Reflecting on her time with Diddy, she admitted that him stepping out on the relationship caused a lot of drama. She told Vibe magazine, "I never caught him, but I just knew." She added that she would go nuts whenever he failed to return from his late night outings. Her gut feelings about him grew over time, ultimately leading to the relationship's end. Despite his passionate relationships, Diddy has never been married, a choice he openly embraced before he went to jail. In a 2018 appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Diddy shared his perspective on marriage, admitting that he wasn't ready for the responsibilities as it entails.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing of I think you have to be ready for it.
It's somebody else's heart involved, he explained, emphasizing the weight of a marriage commitment. Diddy mentioned his preference for a love contract rather than a formal marriage, drawing inspiration from the long-term partnership between Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. He joked about making such a commitment with money involved too, to ensure clarity in case of a breakup. In his view, a contractual relationship avoids legal complications while still expressing dedication. His reluctance to commit to Jenny or any of his other partners suggests a pattern of avoiding traditional relationships in favor of arrangements that allow him personal freedom. Freedom to take advantage of as many people as he wants, I guess. Adding another layer to the story, JLo's first husband, Ojani Noah, publicly claimed that Diddy played a role in the end of their marriage. He alleged that the closeness between JLo and Diddy during the production of her debut album on the 6th contributed to their split. JLo's career was taking off, and her connection with Diddy added some drama. Ojani stated that part of the divorce was Diddy's fault, pointing to JLo's collaborations with Diddy during the album's creation. This marked only the beginning of JLo's highly publicized love life. After her split from Diddy, she married Chris Judd, a backup dancer, in 2001. The marriage ended in 2003, and soon after, JLo was romantically linked to singer Marc Anthony. Her relationship with Diddy remained a prominent chapter in her life, as it was marked by both personal growth and complicated drama. It's a good thing that she escaped, eh? Or she could have ended up like Kim Porter. Now fast forward to the present, Diddy finds himself in the spotlight once again, this time due to the legal stuff that's going on. This has prompted many to re-examine his past relationships, including the one with Jennifer Lopez. And JLo has made significant strides in her career since the breakup with Diddy. Reflections on the relationship reveal the impact it had on her. In her recent documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, she compared past relationships to her current one, implying that her time with Diddy brought so much craziness. For his part, Diddy has continued to speak warmly of JLo even in the years following their split. He famously praised her in 2014, saying she was the most incredible behind in the world, reigniting conversations about their past romance. Diddy's explanation for why he couldn't marry Jennifer Lopez may never fully make sense to people. His admission that he was still in love with Kim Porter highlights the complexity of his romantic life and the stuff he faced in maintaining stable relationships. Kim's perspective, meanwhile, portrays Diddy as someone caught between his own hype and genuine feelings. For Jennifer Lopez, her relationship with Diddy was a learning experience that she since reflected on. Though she's gone on to marry other partners, her time with Diddy stands as a unique chapter in her life. Ultimately, Diddy's statement about choosing not to marry JLo reflects talks more about his ideas of commitment and complex romantic entanglements than about any one relationship. All in all, their story is a reminder of the personal drama celebrities navigate, even as they appear glamorous on the surface. Diddy's lingering love for Kim Porter, his reluctance to marry, and JLo's continued success all contribute to an enduring fascination with their relationship, leaving people to wonder what might have been.
First, I didn't like him at all, you know? I didn't. I thought he was like...
Years ago, Jennifer Lopez exposed Diddy as a cheater, but no one listened. Today, we're going to be looking at their past relationship and some of the things that she had to say.
Sean and I were very different that way, you know.
After Jennifer Lopez and P. Diddy's breakup in 2001, Jennifer never held back and was honest about talking why the relationship ended. In an interview with Vibe magazine in 2003, JLo said that P. Diddy cheated on her. Coupled with the allegations, it really doesn't shine a positive light on him at all. She said that he would often go clubbing and stay out all night without coming back home. She explained, "I had to think, do I want to be home with kids in 10 years wondering where somebody is at 3 in the morning? It was the first time I was with someone who wasn't faithful. I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts. It really took my whole life on a tailspin."
You know, just one of those breakups that really, you know, it was like a tough one for me.
In an interview with CBS, JLo talked about Diddy helping with her music career. While it makes sense that she said that he supported her and showed her the ropes, it seems unlikely that JLo would say this now, knowing the allegations against Diddy. Pepe Weintraub, who is a celebrity insider and famous TikToker, weighed in on this. What he had to say was, "I think Jennifer Lopez is always right. People should have listened to her, and now look what happened. The effects of what P. Diddy has done are being felt around the world, and honestly, it's crazy that no one listened to Jennifer Lopez in the first place."
Because I didn't think much of myself, and so the world didn't think much of me.
While some people wonder if Jennifer Lopez was talking about Diddy in her documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told when she mentioned being in an abusive relationship in the past. But she's never said that this is what their relationship was like. In 2014, P. Diddy talked about Jennifer Lopez's behind, which was definitely awkward. According to the Daily Mail, he said, "It's great, it's a work of art, it's something that will go down in history for real." When a reporter asked JLo about this quote during an interview with Access Hollywood, she praised his music career and said, "He gave me so many cues and taught me so many things."
I have decided to tell my story that I've never shared with anybody in the world.
What she said was, "We had this kind of crazy, tumultuous relationship that ended in a bang, let's say. It was definitely a moment, but I felt like it was necessary. Like, he was meant to be in my life at the moment to teach me what I needed to know about this music business, about what kind of artist I wanted to be in the music industry." Well, at the time of this video, Jennifer Lopez has not commented on the allegations against P. Diddy or his house raids. She was in the news again because of an incident at a club in 1999. According to Forbes, Jennifer Lopez was in a club December 1999 with P. Diddy and his mentee Jamal Shine Barrow and bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones when a fight broke out. A trial took place and Jones and Diddy didn't end up going to jail. They were acquitted. However, Barrow spent 9 years in prison. The New York Post reported that sources said that Jennifer Lopez didn't face any charges, was in jail for 14 hours, and then she went home. As Forbes reported, the incident involving P. Diddy and Jennifer Lopez became relevant again because Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Cuba Gooding Jr. and Diddy for SA. According to the lawsuit, Jones said Diddy shared that he was responsible for the incident in the nightclub in New York with rapper Shine. The case is also getting attention again because one of the victims, Natania Rubin, said, "I'm willing to have a doctor remove part of the 9mm bullet in my face so they can use it as evidence if need be for this trial." As the New York Post reported in March 2024, Rodney Jones said in his lawsuit against Diddy, JLo carried the firearm into the club for him and passed him the firearm after he got into an altercation with another individual. But there's no confirmation that this actually happened. In 2000, Jennifer Lopez talked about the incident in an interview with Elle and said, "It was a complete nightmare from beginning to end. I was scared in the car. I had absolutely no idea what was going on."
Explicit photos of JLo and Diddy have just leaked onto the internet. There are many screenshots.
Jennifer Lopez photos and history with P. Diddy get leaked. Jennifer Lopez has a long storied history with P. Diddy, one that not many people may know. She was at his white parties, she dated him for a while, and it may go even deeper. JLo may know a bit more about his situation than most.
So much of my past.
Before Diddy became the subject of federal investigations, he was known for throwing legendary white parties in the Hamptons, hosting the biggest stars of the time in glamorous summer gatherings that embodied the peak of early 2000s celebrity culture. Photos from these parties resurfacing after his recent arrest show a variety of familiar faces mingling at his mansion in East Hampton.
Controversies surrounding Puffy and JLo. A couple of resurfaced photos from Puffy's.
The scene was filled with everyone from rising teen idols to fashion industry royalty, all dressed in iconic white outfits. And one of the most talked about photos from these parties shows Diddy lounging on an enormous white bed surrounded by pillows right next to his then girlfriend, the one and only Jennifer Lopez. This couple wasn't just a photo op. They were dating on and off between 1999 and 2001, during a pivotal moment in both of their careers. Their relationship became as much of a headline as their individual successes.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all.
That July 2000 white party, like many of Diddy's events, was packed with a who's who of Hollywood and the music world. They were photographed alongside Kimora Lee Simmons and her then husband, Russell Simmons, as well as actors like Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker. The iconic singer Aaliyah was also there, as was Leonardo DiCaprio, who at 25 was captured relaxing with Diddy and a few friends, sipping champagne in true Hampton style. JLo and Diddy's relationship, even outside of these parties, was always marked by a certain undeniable chemistry.
I didn't like him because Sean and I were very different that way, you know.
They weren't just a power couple in terms of fame. They were making waves in each other's professional lives too. At the time, JLo was skyrocketing to fame with hits like her debut album On the 6, which Diddy had a hand in producing. They were both at career highs, but their romance was known for its ups and downs, with the pair breaking up and reconciling multiple times. Their bond seemed intense and glamorous, but as many high-profile romances go, it also had its darker moments. Their relationship took a particularly dramatic turn in December 1999 when the couple was involved in a high-profile nightclub incident that would end up shaping both of their lives in unexpected ways. The pair had been out for the night in New York City when an argument erupted between Jamal Shine Barrow, a young rapper mentored by Diddy, and members of JLo's security team. Before anyone knew it, the altercation escalated, resulting in a situation that left 3 people injured. When the police arrived on the scene, Diddy and JLo made an attempt to leave the scene behind, but they were soon stopped by law enforcement. A search of their car revealed a stolen self-defense object, leading to the immediate arrest of both JLo and Diddy. The aftermath of that night was crazy. JLo was released without charges, but the whole thing left a mark. For Diddy, however, the consequences were more serious. He faced a lot of legal stuff related to the incident, though he ultimately managed to avoid jail time. Reflecting on the impact of this night years later, JLo shared how odd and overwhelming it was to be caught up in such a situation. In an interview with Elle, she described it as a nightmare, recalling that she was scared and had no idea what was unfolding around her. JLo and Diddy's relationship didn't survive much longer after the nightclub incident, though it certainly left a mark on both of their lives. Their breakup was another headline maker, with JLo later opening up about the toll it took on her. In a 2003 interview with Vibe, she shared that her relationship with Diddy was the first time she'd ever been with someone who wasn't faithful, and she didn't hold back on describing the impact. "I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts." She said it really sent my whole life into a tailspin. It was a painful period for her, one that showed the sometimes chaotic side of the celebrity lifestyle. Interestingly, Diddy wasn't the only person connected to JLo's music career who played a role in her personal life. Her first husband, Ojani Noah, also has a complicated connection to Diddy. Noah and JLo were married briefly between 1997 and 98, before her rise to mega stardom. But years later, Noah suggested that Diddy played a part in their split. He opened up during an interview with Despierta America, sharing his thoughts on how he believes Diddy's influence impacted his and JLo's marriage. According to Noah, things started to change when JLo began working on her debut album, On the 6, with Diddy as one of the producers. He felt the distance between them growing as she was traveling between New York, Miami, and other locations for her career, while he stayed in Los Angeles working on his own projects. In Noah's words, that's when he started noticing the deception and the lies that would eventually contribute to the end of their marriage. While they'd been working hard to balance their relationship, the pressures of fame and success proved to be difficult to manage. The fallout from his split with JLo continued to affect Noah's life even after their relationship ended. During the same interview, he reflected on how he believes JLo's actions post-divorce impacted his career. He said she had taken him to court, accused him of things he hadn't done, and even reached out to various companies and networks, which he claims led to lost job opportunities. He expressed frustration over the situation, wondering why she would go to such lengths when he felt he hadn't done anything to warrant that treatment. Meanwhile, JLo has kept her comments on Diddy's recent legal issues to a minimum. While the two certainly have a lot of history, both personally and professionally, she hasn't spoken out regarding the current investigations or his arrest. Given the tumultuous nature of their relationship and the highs and lows they experienced together, it's understandable that she might want to keep her distance from any fresh discussion surrounding him. Still, it's hard to ignore the lasting impact their time together has had on pop culture. The images from Diddy's iconic white parties, like the one of him and JLo on that lavish bed, are a reminder of the larger-than-life moments that defined the celebrity scene at the time. These parties weren't just gatherings, they were events that represented the glamour and excess of a particular era in Hollywood, and Diddy, for all the good and bad, was at the center of it. The reason Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz are scared of Diddy.
JLo and her involvement with Diddy, what do we know? I wish JLo herself would come out and say what she knows.
Everyone is aware of what Diddy is capable of, and it is so disheartening to think that Cameron Diaz could have been at the hands of Diddy at one point.
JLo dated Diddy, and now she wants nothing to do with him.
At first, I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like...
You'd think their relationship would mean she would at least talk about his charges, right?
Federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody.
Well, as it turns out, she might want to steer clear of him because he might have some dirt on her she doesn't want the world to know.
Many are noticing the silence of Jennifer Lopez.
It's even possible that JLo told Cameron Diaz that if she wanted her career to survive this, then she should steer clear too. The recent arrest of Sean Diddy Combs has cast a shadow over some of his closest celebrity acquaintances, including Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz.
Jennifer, do you think Diddy deserves to be in jail?
With a list of charges and over 120 lawsuits allegedly tied to his name, the situation has become a public spectacle. For years, Diddy's lavish parties attracted some of Hollywood's biggest names, and these gatherings are now at the center of discussion as they're rumored to have hosted troubling incidents. Since his arrest, a noticeable silence has come over his celebrity friends. Most former associates have steered clear, avoiding any statements that could link them to his troubles, a calculated distance believed to be crucial for preserving their careers. It's not just a reputation issue. Sources say some celebrities, including Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz, are concerned about possible details Diddy might share. According to an insider who spoke to In Touch Weekly, there's a legitimate fear among a huge swath of people in Hollywood, JLo and Cameron included, that he could seriously embarrass them if he decides to talk about what they shared with him back in the day, which was pretty intimate. Their hands are tied. It's not like they can reach out to him, and showing any kind of support for him is out of the question.
None of Diddy's friends are stepping up to defend him because they're all currently planning their escape.
So all they can do is hope and pray he keeps his mouth shut. This atmosphere of unease has reportedly caused a stir among former partygoers, who wonder just how much Diddy has on record. Diddy's legendary bashes drew some of the most famous faces from across the entertainment industry. Throughout the years, A-listers would flock to his events with appearances from actors, musicians, and influencers alike. The guest list included top names in hip-hop, pop, film, and sports. Celebrities such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, Usher, and even Madonna were often spotted at Diddy's gatherings, drawn by the promise of glamorous entertainment and non-stop fun. These parties were designed to be exclusive, giving stars a break from the spotlight while enjoying a unique environment that catered to their taste for privacy and luxury. Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz were known to attend these parties as well. Both actresses were close to Diddy at various points in their lives. JLo famously dated him for a time in the late 1990s.
It was just like the first time I fell in love, like love at first sight.
During that era, the two were practically inseparable, making headlines as a power couple in the music and entertainment world. Even after their romantic relationship ended, Jennifer Lopez and Diddy maintained a cordial public relationship for years. Meanwhile, Cameron Diaz was rumored to have had a friendly relationship with the rapper as well, occasionally appearing at industry events where he was present. Rumors surrounding Diddy's infamous freak-off parties started to gain traction after his arrest. Allegedly, these were no ordinary Hollywood bashes. They were gatherings where the stakes were much higher and the rules were more relaxed. The New York Post reported that these parties were often after parties for major events, like the VMAs, and would carry on until the early morning hours at Diddy's mansion. One such alleged after party was held following a major awards show where guests, including recognizable faces from music, fashion, and acting, moved from the public venue to Diddy's private residence.
Take a picture. Something like this only happens once in a lifetime.
It was during these late-night gatherings that things reportedly took a more extravagant and less controlled turn. Inside sources claim that guests were treated to extensive entertainment options, all within a secluded environment where they were free to enjoy themselves away from the public eye.
Now
brown bag of oof for the mutts. 5 carats on my head.
However, recent investigations have suggested that some of these parties might have crossed certain lines, involving activities that now raised questions about what went on behind closed doors. With news of potential recordings from these parties, some stars who once attended have reportedly grown concerned.
Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane stuff.
Some former party attendees fear that the details from these gatherings may surface in the legal proceedings. Although no one is directly implicated, there's speculation that video evidence might hint at certain behaviors that many celebrities would prefer to keep out of the public eye. The New York Post added fuel to the rumors by claiming that some tapes featured partygoers who seemed to be enjoying themselves to the fullest. But the new context has raised concerns about what's on those recordings and who might be identifiable in them. The prospect of old videos or recordings making the rounds has reportedly created a stir among former attendees, with some individuals like Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz being particularly concerned. Their connection to Diddy has always been public, making it more difficult to avoid any association with his current legal stuff. For stars like them, distancing themselves is about protecting their careers and reputations, especially since any mention of their attendance at these parties might complicate things for them personally and professionally. These parties weren't just ordinary gatherings. They were well-planned events known for their glamour and excess.
To watch over us as a people, as a family.
Diddy's parties were designed to be unforgettable, bringing together luxury entertainment and a curated guest list of high-profile individuals. The atmosphere was electric, complete with gourmet catering, live performances, and whatever it took to create a memorable experience. Stars from nearly every corner of the entertainment world would attend, and for many, it was a chance to relax, network, and let loose from any prying eyes. But with these new allegations, the perception of these once coveted invitations has changed dramatically. Many now view the memories from Diddy's parties with mixed feelings. What was once seen as a safe, elite gathering space now feels clouded by discussion. And while many celebrities once saw Diddy's gatherings as the pinnacle of exclusive Hollywood nightlife, there's a sense of apprehension now about how these events might be remembered in light of current accusations. With all the attention now on the possible content of these recordings, Hollywood's elite may feel uneasy about what could be revealed if certain details came to light. As the legal cases unfold, Hollywood is watching closely to see what information might surface. For stars like Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz, the concern is as much about privacy as it is about maintaining their public images. They aren't the only ones. A large number of individuals have kept their distance from Diddy since his arrest, likely out of an abundance of caution. Celebrities' relationships with him have been friendly, but aligning with him now carries risks that few are willing to take. In an industry where reputation is everything, these latest developments are a reminder that past associations can have unexpected consequences. For now, Lopez, Diaz, and others are staying silent, with fingers crossed that no damaging revelations come to light. Hollywood's A-list knows well that even attending a party could lead to lasting repercussions, especially when someone as high profile as Diddy is involved. Ultimately, as the story continues to unfold, celebrities who once enjoyed Diddy's lavish hospitality are watching carefully, hoping that their involvement remains nothing more than a distant memory.